We are going to talk about the tipsy, but I think there's some things we need to clarify about the tipple chasse in Quickstep before we talk about the tipsy. The technique says that we're up throughout, so after you dance your backward step on the slow, which is down, and then we have a commence and continue. From here on, will be described as up and of course on toes, but it's important to note that on the end of the chasse, slow, quick, quick, slow, there's a slight cushioning action that's felt through the knee and a little bit in the ankle. So if I had a little Nerf ball or marshmallow under my heel, I could absorb slightly into the foot and slightly into the knee. It should not be a big collapsing, and the heel definitely should not be dropping down to the floor. Now that goes for, of course, both partners, but we do have a slow there which allows us the cushion that we need and also the ability to create the shoulder lead. Now one thing I want to note on the shoulder lead that's described on the lock step. In the tipple chasse in bronze, there is a lock that's part of the tipple. If I dance the man's part of the tipple, it's slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, continuing into the forward lock. That shoulder lead is not mentioned normally when we're dancing a lock, because typically the exit to the preceding figure, let's say it might be a chasse, my body is already in the correct position, so I do not need to add a shoulder lead to the lock. In fact, that would be incorrect. So if you've danced your chasse correctly, or you've danced running finish, whatever the preceding figure is, you should already be in the proper position and it's maintained. This is different in the tipple chasse, where we're in a normal closed position and we're facing our partner. At this point, I need to create the shoulder lead. So the little absorption that I have on that slow allows me to create the shoulder lead for the movement I need into the lock. And of course, my lady partner should do the same thing as she dances the tipple. A little bit of cushioning through the knee and the ankle, and then creating the shoulder lead or the side lead, however you would like to think of it. It used to always be in the technique book as a shoulder lead, and the newer versions say side lead, but it's the same idea. I believe that was changed in an effort to get people to not use just the shoulders, but I don't think that that's necessarily the solution. So in any case, the entire body there is in that position. It's important for her to open her hip also, but keep the leg into parallel, going into lock. So although we use tipples in waltz and in foxtrot, we do have them in the other dances. In the open division, and there they could be used to go into other figures. There we would not have the lock, but your bronze tipple includes the lock. And now we're going to use the tipple as an entry into the tipsy. The tipple chasse moves to the right in the syllabus. The tipsy can be danced to the right, to the left. It can be done turning, or it can be done without turn, and it can be done with a shape or without a shape. One of the important things about going to the quick and quick timing now, and I've looked at some of the demonstrations online and it's not always clear, but we're not trying to get a very accurate side close side on a quick and quick rhythm on a tipsy as we would on a tipple. So if I dance the tipple with my feet not quite closing, this would be poor footwork. If I dance my tipsy, I'm not trying to get that clean closing in the feet. With the speed, it makes it a little bit too muscular. It's actually in the technique written that the foot, if I'm doing a tipsy to the right, that my left foot moves halfway. That's the way it would be described. So that would be what you would have to take on your test. So realize that if it's a quick, quick, slow timing, quick, quick, slow, the feet would close. And if you're doing the tipsy, cha-cha-cha, quick and quick. If you're doing the tipsy, quick and quick, quick and quick, the feet are not going to be absolutely closed. Now this again in the technique is described as being up with a sharp flexing of the knee on the last step. But it is not a toe heel. Quick and quick. So there will be a flexing of the knee. There's a lot of tone in the legs, but you're not going to drop down into the heel. If I were to dance the Tipple chasse now, I'll eliminate the lock. So I'm dancing then slow, quick, quick, slow. Very slight cushioning, still described as up in the technique, but I will absorb slightly so that I can use my standing leg. And in this case, I'm going to be turning to the right on the tipsy, to the left, and I'm going to shape in the direction that I'm traveling. Quick and quick. If I want to do another one now, I'll do a tipsy to the right. I'm going to shape back over my shoulder. Quick and quick. And from here, then I'll dance a lock. Quick, quick, slow. Now there are many entries and exits that you can use. For you, Rich, this is what we talked about on your lesson. So I'm doing this combination. The bronze tipple, but we eliminate the lock. We'll do a tipsy to the left and a tipsy to the right. But both tipsies are turning to the right. Now you can turn up to 3/8 of the turn. We dance the tipple, slow, quick, quick, slow. There my feet are closing. And then we're going to the left, cha, 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 to the right. And then I'm going to, again, put in my shoulder lead and dance the lock. Quick, quick, slow. So if I were to dance the ladies' part, in this small space here, so I dance a tipple chasse, slow, quick, quick, slow. Little cushioning, and then I will shape quick and quick. I'm on the inside of the turn. Quick and quick, I'm on the outside of the turn, and then into the lock, and coming out. So don't be too concerned if your feet seem a little bit closer. You don't have to try to make it halfway, but just don't be making an effort to try to get the feet to close. Some of the couples that you may watch dancing it online, it's very difficult to tell whether they're closing their feet or not. But your intention has a lot to do with how your muscles will be used, and that trying to make the feet come all the way together will make it much too muscular. So think about when you're dancing the shape, you're going to use your standing leg, and you're going to use your upper body in a broken sway. Now this is a broken sway that's not an error. So we have the technical sway, or the sway that you use to balance your turns, which is from the ankles and feet all the way up. Right, so we sway from the bottom, and the reaction is in the top. A broken sway is danced in the top. So when we have these speed actions, like we might have a quick action in a tango or a quick step on a line, or a tipsy here where we're shaping from the top. That's a broken sway, technically referred to as a broken sway, not as an error, because sometimes we'll hear that, oh, your sway is broken. That usually means you're swaying from the top when you're supposed to be swaying from the base, like you would on the natural turn and waltz, or something where we're managing turn. So this is a top sway or a broken sway. So I hope that clears up a few questions, and whatever questions arise from the video, we'll talk about it on the lesson next week. But I thought it would be good to go over the bronze tipple and explain a little bit of the difference between the two. So I hope I haven't forgotten anything, but can always make another touch-up video. We're dancing now the tipple, tipsy, tipsy, and lock. 1, 2, 3 of natural turn, tipple, tipsy, tipsy, and lock.